Welcome to Lesson 1, Number Patterns and Pattern Rules. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at different patterns of numbers and trying to figure out how the numbers change. So take a moment to look at this first number pattern, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Pause the video for a moment and try to figure out how the numbers change. As we count from 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 and to 12, we notice that each time we are adding 2 more. So the pattern rule, which tells us how the numbers change for this pattern, says we start at 4 and we add 2. Here's another number pattern. Pause the video for a moment while you try to figure out what the pattern rule is for this new pattern. This pattern is a little bit more complicated than the last one. It is an increasing pattern, which means that the numbers do get bigger each time. But they change a little bit differently. First, we add 1, but the next time, when we go from 11 to 13, we add 2. When we go from 13 to 16, we add 3. And when we go from 16 to 20, we add 4. So pause the video again and see if you can come up with a pattern rule. We are going to start at 10 and add 1. We also need to add one more sentence that tells us that we're going to increase the number you add by 1 each time. Let's look at one more number pattern. This one is the most complicated of the 3 patterns we've looked at. So pause the video and try to figure out how the numbers are changing. Let's look at the first 2 numbers. When we go from 3 to 6, we are adding 3. And then we go from 6 to 4, the number actually gets smaller. So when a number gets smaller, we know that we must be subtracting. And to get from 6 to 4, we subtract 2. From 4 to 7, it increases by 3, so we add 3. And from 7 to 5, it decreases again by 2. So it looks like the pattern is add 3, subtract 2. So our pattern rule states to start at 3, and alternately, that word means that we alternate, which means we do one thing and then we do another thing and then we go back and forth. So alternately we add 3 and we subtract 2. So we take turns adding 3, subtracting 2, adding 3, subtracting 2, and so forth. In this lesson we learned about number patterns and pattern rules. So we start with a number pattern. We have to try to figure out how the numbers in the pattern are changing. After we figured out how the numbers are changing in the pattern, the next thing we do is come up with a pattern rule, which is a written rule that explains where we start and how the numbers change. So please pause the video to review this pattern. Go back and watch the video again, and please ask your teacher for help if you need it. Have fun with patterns and pattern rules.